Hello, welcome to Irish Football Fan TV. This is the Irish News Update. And the first bit of extraordinary news today is that Matt Doherty is an Atletico Madrid player. Not a loan player. He's signed for Atletico Madrid, albeit it's till the end of the season. But he is signed for Atletico Madrid and terminated his Spurs contract in the process. There was some sort of situation with a lot of loan players out at Spurs at the moment, and for some reason they had ended up having to terminate his contract mutually, and he's able to join Atletico Madrid and become an Atletico Madrid player for the remainder of the season, and he'll be without a club then in the summer. But look, if he impresses at Atletico Madrid, there's absolutely no reason why he can't continue to stay with them. So I think it's a fantastic move for him, a real way to kind of just get himself back on track. And you know, we've seen how good of a move it was for Trippier when he moved from Spurs to Atletico Madrid. So he ended up winning the league and everything. He's gone back to Newcastle and he's been arguably their best player this season. I'll let you make your decisions on that one, but I think it's a fantastic move for Matt Doherty, and he looks absolutely delighted in his pictures that he signed for. Maybe he's thinking, how have I blagged this one? But look, it's fantastic from an Irish point of view. He'll be training and playing with better players than he was playing with at Spurs. And he'll be learning under a world-class manager. Not that Conte wasn't world-class, but I just think he'll learn a lot more from Diego Simeone than he will Conte, because he kind of fell out of favour. He was in, he was out, and it never really worked, to be honest. So, what's the other news then? We have... get your comments in as well while we are live. The other one it's not a huge deal, but it's still quite a big deal today. Charlton have signed Gavin Kilkenny on loan for the rest of the season from Bournemouth. He obviously spent the first half of the season at Stoke, didn't get a lot of game time, but has decided to leave and join Charlton. He said, "I'm delighted to be joining Charlton. It's obviously a huge club and it's a really great opportunity for me. I really enjoy working with Dean Holden at Stoke, albeit briefly, and I want to repay the faith he has shown in me by bringing me here. Hopefully we can start pushing up the table to get this club back to where it belongs." And then Dean Holden, who obviously worked with him, went on to speak about how pleased he was, the usual blag that they say. But I didn't know that he's gone to work with his ex-Stoke boss, so that's good news for him, that he will be trusted to play there. So that's good. He joins a good list of central midfielders who've played for Charlton over the years: Matt Holland, Mark Kinsella, Andy Reid, and a few others. Josh Cullen as well, most notably recently, and obviously Ed McGeady played for them recently enough before going to Sunderland, or going back to Sunderland even. So yeah, I think it's a good move for Kilkenny. He needs game time, and it's about time now he kicked on a bit. He's 22 now. He needs to move himself up the leagues and get more game time, because he's obviously a really good player, but he just doesn't seem to be getting the minutes for whatever reason. Then Dylan Duffy has joined Lincoln from UCD, ex-Shamrock Rovers player, and he's a really highly rated youngster, and he's gone and joined Lincoln. So he's gone over to join Danny Mandrio and Sean Rocken. I don't know how you pronounce his last name, but left back there. He was on loan at Drogheda last season. He is at Lincoln and doing quite well. So you've got Dylan Duffy there, you've got Danny Mandrio, and we obviously know that we used to have Conor Coventry on loan there, and we had what's his name, the young lad, he went to Wigan, can't remember, his name escapes me right now, but you know who I'm talking about. Then Cork City have sold, it seems, a youngster, Franco Yume, is on the verge of joining Crystal Palace for a 75k release clause. They're selling a lot of their big players, or their young players: David Harrington, Mark O'Mahony, and now Franco Yume. The Irish Examiner are reporting that with John Fallon. It just says there he's gone for a minimum transfer fee of 75,000. He actually came from the same schoolboy club as Caoimhín Kelleher, Ringmahon Rangers. So they seem to be producing a lot of players as well. So what else have we got there? Anthony Scully was the player that escaped me a few minutes ago, by the way. Ed McJanet from Luton Town, Irish underage international, born in England, and was playing with Luton Town, has joined Lecce in Serie A. So that's an interesting one. He kind of slipped under my radar, certainly. I have never seen him play, but I'll be keeping an eye on him now and seeing what he's doing over at Lecce. Sassuolo, we're also linked with him. So it's an interesting one. It's mad seeing all these Irish players moving to all these kind of foreign clubs that we're just not used to seeing. Like Atletico Madrid, Matt Doherty, he's the first Irish player to sign from one of the top 3 clubs in Spain, or maybe La Liga. But a fantastic move. Then Obafemi obviously moved to Burnley. Maybe I'll do a rating the transfer window from an Irish player's perspective as a separate video, and you can join me in that. I'll just see if there's any comments there before I jump off. Cormac O'Brien says, I hope he gets a lot of game time this season. Ronan Purcell says, how long is Ferguson out for, and do you think he'll be back for France? Sorry, I never addressed that. Yes, Evan Ferguson is his injury isn't as bad as first feared, and it looks as though he won't be out for as long as we thought he was going to be. So hopefully he will be back playing in a couple of weeks' time, or just before the France game. But I hope he's not rushed back for the France game and then misses it. So you'd like to think that he'll be okay. Then Cormac says, I hope Kilkenny gets a solid run. Oodles of potential. Yes, I agree. And then Adam Carney says, hopefully Ferguson is fit for March. We need a striker who can bag goals. Yeah, absolutely, totally agree. And he's the only one playing Premier League level and actually looking like he's going to trouble Premier League defenders. Although I think if Connolly is going through the same run as he went through last weekend, he looks unplayable at the minute. But that's only one game, so hopefully he can continue that now. Bring it into the next international window. Cormac O'Brien says, this has been the best Irish transfer window in recent times. Unreal. I'd have to agree with you, to be fair. It's long overdue. We've been crying out for 3 or 4 years for something good to happen, and finally we're starting to see Irish players getting some recognition, going abroad, doing well. We're seeing it a lot with underage players. Look at Cathal Heffernan really smashing it at Ace Milan at the moment. And then you've got players like Zeffi over at Inter. Now you've got McJanet gone over to Lecce. You've got John Ryan over at Sassuolo. All these players gone over to these Italian clubs and they're doing well. So it's great to see. Obafemi moving to Burnley. Hopefully he can get Burnley into the Premier League, and he'll be playing Premier League next season if he signs permanently with Burnley from Swansea. Coventry to Rotherham is a great move. Absolutely. Look, the more game time that these young players are getting, the better. So I'm going to leave it there. Thanks very much for getting involved in the comments. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. And don't forget to check out the link in the description to follow us on all our socials.